So I'm Andy, and this is a boat I've been living on for the last 17 years now. It's a boat that I bought when I first moved to Cambridge. I just bought it as a bare shell, and I've gradually fitted it out ever since. All the wood panelling inside, all the solar panels you can see out here, the wood burning stove, all the plumbing, all the electrics. When I first bought the boat, it was a completely empty shell. It was just the metal work had been done for me. So it didn't have an engine, it didn't even have doors or windows or any of the panelling that you can see at the moment. So I've been fitting it out myself ever since, really. It's still not quite finished in a couple of little places, but so there is a limited amount of space, so you have to make sure you don't have too much rubbish. And there's a bit less space now with our young daughter than we used to have, so we just have to be careful and not have too many belongings, really. When I first moved to Cambridge, I worked for the British Antarctic Survey. They're based here, and I was working as an environmental scientist doing chemistry on ice cores and atmospheric chemistry down in the Antarctic. And that really made me think about climate change and made me much more aware of the problem of fossil fuels putting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and it really made me passionate about moving away from using fossil fuels. So when I put the boat together, I tried to build a boat that was really as clean and green as possible and uses as little fossil fuels as we possibly can. So all our electricity is from the solar panels. The wood burning stove gives us the heat in winter, and we always burn wood rather than coal. So really the only thing that we still have to get in is a tiny bit of gas for cooking, and I'm trying to move away as much as we can even from that by having electric cooking in the summer. I can get about 16-20 miles on the battery pack that we have at the moment, but to be honest, on an narrow boat that's a good day's travel. You tend to go fairly slowly and keep things nice and easy when you're on a boat. When you move onto a boat, you don't really have any option but to live off-grid. There's nowhere where I can plug in a cable and get mains electricity. There's nowhere where I can connect up a tap and have water there 24/7. I have to go down, fill up a tank and use it sparingly. And with electricity, I have to generate it before I use it. I really have no option. So it's just trying to do that in as clean and as green a way as we can. That's what we're aiming for. The one thing I've tried to do on this boat is to make it as environmentally friendly as possible. So we get all our electricity from solar panels. We use a wood burning stove, so we're not using any fossil fuels for heating. And it even has an electric engine, which is really quite unusual in a boat. So even the energy we use for moving the boat from place to place ultimately is coming from the sun. The solar panels are charging up a big battery bank, and it's that drives the boat along. So we really use very, very little in the way of fossil fuels for anything on the boat. Well, the thing is, I can actually move around. I don't have to stay on this common. I can move up into Midsummer Common or Jesus Green. I can move around, but at the moment, opposite the horse paddock, Stourbridge Common, last boat before the railway bridge. Doesn't really have a 4-wheel address.